So most desires that we have, like say hunger or a desire for sex or a desire for, you know, a new car, a new TV, a promotion, say what you will. They have a pretty clear object connected to them, right? So you're looking for something or someone and you get it and then you feel momentary satisfaction. And of course, it's inevitably just momentary because then another desire comes in. And there are, however, some desires. I mean, in some sense, all desires connect to the spiritual, but there are some desires, and more specifically, some emotions, which are real clues that what you're really looking for, what you really have a hunger for, is not a particular object or person or something, but is a longing for the spiritual. So I'm going to talk about these three emotional states, which are real pointers to your real desire. So one of them is a kind of perpetual restlessness. You're looking for something and you can't find what it is, right? There's a desire, but it doesn't really seem to be satisfied by any particular object, even that you can think of, or even in your imagination, right? Nothing seems to really be working, but there's a kind of restlessness, a kind of itch for something, a desire for something. That something is the spirit. That something is the self. That something is essentially the peace of mind that you already are. And because you already are it, it can't be found in the external world. The second emotion / desire, which suggests a spiritual hunger, is kind of the opposite side of the coin of that restlessness, and that would be boredom, right? So restlessness is sort of looking around, hunting, not really finding, and boredom is sort of this apathy or indifference. I mean, really the two are very, very connected because usually one implies the other, but I'm sort of separating them because some people think of themselves as bored rather than restless. But boredom or apathy or indifference looks around and doesn't find anything worthwhile. And of course, there are many reasons for this. Obviously, it could be clinical depression or a depression that's connected to chemical issues in your brain or your past, and that can be dealt with in therapy. However, there is a way in which boredom is actually telling you something accurate, which is correct. Nothing out there is interesting. The sole thing that's interesting is not any particular object, not any particular person, but the light that illuminates them. And so you're looking for, is this going to slake my interest? Is that going to slake my interest? And none of them will, none of them do. There is apathy or boredom because it's saying what you're really interested in is, again, what you are. And what you are is not to be found out there in any particular object. It's not even to be found in a thought. It's not even to be found in a feeling. It's simply to be found by ceasing to pretend to be something other than what you are, which is at peace, relaxed, not thinking even when thought is there, not paying attention to desire even when desire is there. The third and final emotion / desire, which I would say is suggestive of spiritual hunger, is nostalgia, a kind of homesickness, a desire for an imaginary past or some kind of longing for a home. And this might suddenly come up in connection with certain people or certain places, but a sudden fantastic sense of some kind of desire for what was, not something that literally was, but something that figuratively or symbolically was. The true home, the true place where you belong. That again is a pointer to the spiritual. It's a longing for what you already are, and it's something that can be achieved through either a deep investigation of the sense of the I, which is self-inquiry, or surrender, meaning a total relaxation of the mental faculty, of the decision-making faculty, and a constant ignoring of thought, a just being. So these are three emotions that might be a clue that what you're really looking for right now is something that's not to be found out there or in your emotions or feelings or thoughts, but is a longing for the spirit.